Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic week. Well, I have some news that people have been asking me about and I really didn't want to do it on this channel, so I kind of have an idea. First off, I want to thank everybody out there. A lot of people found out, I don't even remember talking about it, that I had my latest update recently. Although I have been talking to a lot of people through emails and on the telephone saying that, I was about a week ago or so, I had to go in and out of the hospital over and over and over again because I have a new surgeon and he ordered all new tests. He wanted to start from scratch and get all new results in before he saw me and decided what to go with the situation. So in case you're new to the channel and you didn't realize, I have been struggling with cancer for 4 years now, just over 4 years. I had a very rough time in my life. If you go back to some of my older videos, you will see the hair's not there. There's darkness all over my face. I really was in a rough shape at one point. Everybody out here was so supportive and helped me get through that time, and that's probably why I still have this channel, because I've gotten such a connection with a lot of people out there, and it's inspired me to keep going, and I just am so thankful for everybody out there. The latest update that I still have another doctor's appointment to go through. So a quick rundown: started with colon cancer, then it spread to my liver, then it spread to my lungs. So I have had 75% of my colon removed, I had 75% of my liver removed, and then I've had 3 lung surgeries altogether for wedges taken out and parts of my lungs gone. So you would think I'd be much less weight because of all this. But there is still one very minor spot on one of my lungs that reappeared after the surgeries. They've been monitoring it because it is so small. It's literally less than the size of the pin, a pencil head. And it was murky at first, and then it started to get more color in it. So that's the one we've been monitoring, and in 6 months since the last time they monitored it, the good news is it hasn't changed. It literally looks exactly the same. The shape may have changed a little bit, because things move. It's a cell. It's not a firm object, but it hasn't grown. It hasn't gotten more solid. It's literally stagnant right now. And so the doctor looked at all my reports and everything, and when they did my lungs, one side of the lungs had definite cancer cells, but the other side that they removed turned out to be non-cancerous. So they're thinking that this may be exactly the same thing. He says, we can go in and do the surgery and get it, but why take away another big chunk of your lung over something so small right now and insignificant that's not affecting your life and may not be cancerous at all and may not do anything? Is they want to monitor it again, so they're going to see me again in the new year. Good news about that is that clears me for my cruises that's coming up for the rest of this year, so that's good news. One other thing, on the 8th of August, I have another appointment with my oncologist, and this one was for the liver. Something appeared in my CT scan that they couldn't quite get a really good look at, that they made me go in for an ultrasound on. So I've done that. I just have to go see the doctor. They haven't called me back and said, hurry up and come in. So that's a good sign since I've had the ultrasound. And now I'm seeing them on the 8th, and their worry was that there's this spot on there, and they say it could be another cell, or it could be just residual scarring from my past surgery on the liver. And I seem to remember this about a year ago happening, because everyone who reads the report, it's not the doctors who read the CT scans and things like that. It's always a different technician. So what one technician sees a year ago, a new technician may see again and make a note of it, and then the doctor has to check it out. So I'll find out more on the 8th of August about that one. The liver, the good thing is that if you have any operations on your liver, the liver grows back. So that's a good thing. I'm not as concerned about that. It is a pain in the butt that it re-showed up. But all in all, fairly good news. But for like 9 days, literally, it was blood test, CT scan, ultrasound, taking tissue, all these things over and over and over again, port reflush, refitting, all these kind of things. Yeah, in case you didn't know, I have a portacath still in my thing, in my body for 4 years, even though I don't need chemo right now. So, oh, by the way, when I mentioned all those surgeries, I also had about 18 months of chemo, which is why I looked as lovely as I did in some of my videos. So that's my update. That's how I'm feeling. I feel pretty good. You know, every time I start to get a little depressed, I just go back to my channel and go through comments and talk to people. It really does help a lot. And that goes to the idea I have. I literally get, you know, dozens of emails or dozens of letters a week from people saying, you know, that they've gone through, they're going through cancer treatments, or they're going through a treatment of some kind, or you know, something's happened to them, you know, loss of family, like a member, like I've gone through all at one time, and I won't get into that right at one time, but, you know, dealing with depression, dealing with loss, all these different things, and they always are so nice to me, you know, saying that when I come out and do these types of videos, it helps them. They see how well I'm doing, and they see, you know, they hear how I learned to cope and the things I went through, and they say it helps them go through their situation. In fact, I've had several people now say they just started cruising. They just, you know what, we started watching you, you inspired us, and we just started cruising, and now we can't get enough. We want to cruise every day. And I'm going, that to me is the best thing I could ever hear on this channel, that I help people get through a rough time, or any kind of time, or just help people, you know, have a great cruise and love cruising as much as I do. So that's kind of where the idea, I want to keep this channel, you know, about cruising. And so I don't want to always come on, and I don't want to talk about, you know, what it's like to go through chemotherapy, and how to keep motivated, and your weight loss, your looks, you know, how to stay positive, how to reach out to people. I don't want to do that on this channel. This is a cruising channel. This is what people come here for. But I have so many people asking me to tell me these stories, and so many people asking me my opinions on this stuff. So I'm wondering if I start, now this won't be a daily channel by no means. This will just be me, you know, I'm thinking about starting a channel just to discuss those sort of things, you know, going through surgeries, finding out you had cancer, going through a love loss, going through suicide, going through all kinds of things that I've gone through in the last 4 years, and the things I've done to help cope, and maybe just talk to people about it, and share your stories about what you've done, and how things you've done to cope with things, and how you've lived through and survive, and give other people some inspiration to keep going, and don't give up, because giving up is the worst thing you can do. Getting into, you know, that mindset of it's inevitable, there's nothing I can do about it, and that just escalates the badness. Where if you're positive and you're fighting and you're always, the heck with that, I'm going to do something different, that can lead to great things. My first operation, my doctor literally told me there's a 50-50 chance that I won't get up from the table for my first surgery. And I've had 5 since, 18 months of chemo, you know, and I'm still here. I've changed careers, I've changed my life, I'm traveling and doing things I want to do now. And it's just a mindset. And, you know, You don't have to go to the extreme that I ended up doing. But I'm just saying that, keeping everything positive can really, really help. And so I'm thinking on just opening up that channel, keeping updates on health and dealing with stuff, what I do to keep my weight down, what I do to keep healthy and active. I'm getting up there in age, and I have lots of parts of my body, as you heard, missing, yet I'm still active. I'm still zip lining in the world. So, snorkeling everywhere I go. So these are things that I love to do. And so what do you guys think? Would you first of all, would anybody out there, if no one wants me to do it and they just want to keep emailing me, and that's perfectly fine, but if people would like me to start a channel like that, where maybe I post something once a week or so and just update everybody on the health, and I go over some of the things that I do to help fight off cancer and fight depression and all these kind of things, and we can share our stories, let me know in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it. If it's really something people would like, I will do it. Like I said, it won't be daily, but I will start something like that so we can all talk about these things. And that way, I keep this channel about cruising, and then that channel can just be about going through those things, which are kind of a separate issue, and I don't want to bring those to the channel all the time. I have on the occasion, but you do know I keep away from this topic as much as possible. But eventually I have to let people know, otherwise my emails get full. So this helps a lot. So let me know again, please, down below. If you'd like me to do it, I will. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. This channel's still going on as normal. And so there. I hope you like this update. All those people who are going to dislike my being healthy. Well, I hope you like this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.